Hey, what's up? It's Calvin here, and I'm here to show you my newest custom, which is the Mcfarlane Batman 1000. This is a very simple custom to make. I just bought this and just to try things out with Mcfarlane because I'm really interested in this guy. But what kept me from buying it actually is it's a head sculpt. I didn't really like the head sculpt, and honestly, it's not that bad when I got it, but I just had to custom it because this is supposed to be based on this artwork here. This is the cover for Detective Comics 1000, as you can see, and it's done by my favorite artist, Jim Lee. Now, I really wanted to have that look, so what I did essentially is I just resculpted the whole head. I tried to make it bigger by adding some mass down the sides and the top. I tried to put some in the chin area, but I removed it because I was afraid that it's just gonna look weird. But the face is heavily resculpted. I adjusted the mouthpiece from the cowl because like the mouth area is actually a separate piece that's glued into the head, so you could remove it with some quite a lot of force because it's glued in there really good. So I had to pry it out and readjust it. I sanded like the back part of that plastic here, so it kind of you could push it further into the cowl just to adjust things. And the nose is where I needed to adjust the most to look like this thing here, because his original head, you could see part of his nose, so I had to sculpt the cowl in a way that it goes over that remaining part of the nose, if that makes sense. And the eyes, I did a lot with the eyes. A lot of adjustments were made, and I ended up with this look. I'm sorry about my fingernail, it's just paint. When I painted this, I used spray paint, so that's what happens if you don't wear gloves. Anyway, back to the topic here. That's what I did with the head. I also added some clay here on the forehead, so it has more meat basically here, because as you can see it's kind of rounded right now, but originally it's like more sloped upwards in an angle instead of rounded. That kind of bugs me a little, so I had to fix that. And the body is actually resculpted too. I added more muscle here, basically in the pectoral area, and like this lower part here, I think that's part of the rib. So I added that up, and that results to this. Like now his pectoral muscles is actually significantly forward than his abdomen area. See, it's kind of gapping here. I was gonna try and fix that, but it might end up screwing with the articulation, because I did cut up like the excess ab here in the original figure, cut that up, and I gave him a deeper ab crunch. Now I'm not gonna take credit for that. I watched a YouTube video about adding articulation on your Mcfarlane figure, and the guy was very kind, and he does a live stream. I forgot his name, but I'm gonna put a link on the description on his channel. To his channel, so you can find that out. But yeah, essentially you can give him a deeper crunch. Plus the thigh swivel, I added it up, so now he has thigh swivel. Now I made a mistake here because I had it way up. It's supposed to be like down here, because when I did that, what happens is it does that, it creates a gap. But the thing is, I have found out that when you had that gap, you can actually move the leg forward, and the trunk here could go inside this gap here and give you like a high kick. Plus with the ab crunch, gives you a lot forward. So that's kind of good. As you can see, I made a mistake here. Like the yellow that I used with the belt kind of bled towards the trunks. So that's a mistake, but that's fine. I should also mention that the whole thing is actually painted. So it's supposed to be like a dark blue. I made it completely black. Also, I sculpted the bat symbol. It's really rough, you could tell, but I think it's better than the original, which is actually accurate to the card. See, that's what it looked like. I don't like that. I don't know why Jim Lee actually draw it that way. That looks weird. But yeah, this is like the bat symbol that I wanted. And the belt I painted yellow. I had it glossy, and the rest of the figure is actually quite flat black and flat gray. Now the cape, I trimmed it here in the cowl, as you can see, and gave it a wired cape. It's not the strongest wire, but I wanted it to be a thin wire so it wouldn't bunch up here that much. So yeah. Honestly, the inspiration into doing this is actually the Mafex. I wanted the Mafex so bad, but I just didn't like the proportion in that guy. The torso was so small. If it's based on the Batman Hush, Jim doesn't draw his superheroes with that small of a torso, so that bugs me a lot. And I think this is a good alternative. A lot of people hate this mold for Batman, but again, it's the first Batman that Mcfarlane did, and I think he did a good job. Out of the box, I was happy with it. I'm a big fan of Jim Lee. That's why I needed him to look, this way. But out of the box, he's not bad. Also, I forgot to mention, I removed the circular thingy to his butterfly joint because it allowed him to put his arm down further, because with it kind of stuck that way. I don't like it, so I just omit that. Plus, he does have the cape. It most of the time it covers it. So that's about it, honestly. Oh, I separated this from the trunk, so you have some play, but it's still connected in the back, as you can see. That's a lot of error, but I didn't bother tidying it because it's mostly covered with the cape anyway. And plus, I really wanted to make this video. So that's about it. For the hands, actually, I did a little something. I had this excess hand parts from a Gundam, and it actually fits. I painted it black. I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna display him like this because it makes it small. It makes, shorter, the arm. like that. But if I put it in and pose him without his arms just, going downwards like that, it actually looks decent, instead of these things. I mean, it's okay if you want to grab a hold of this of accessories, but if you're just posing him around, this is actually pretty good. I think the proportion is actually good. It's from like a Sinanjo Stein, a high grade, so it's quite large for high grade, and it does have the rounded design for the hinge. I mean the fingers. So it kind of looks natural, honestly. It's just it looks armored a bit, so kinda doesn't go well with the figure, I guess. I don't know. I'm not that picky with this, so I think that's fine. See, that doesn't look too bad, right? I don't know. I think it looks good. I mean, I know there's a lot of imperfection with this custom, but it's a really easy custom. I made it like, I don't know, 3 days, and it's just, I'm so happy with it. It might be one of the best Batman figures that I have now. So yeah, just for comparison, I wanted to show you the Capullo Batman from DC Collectibles. See? And also just my previous custom, like the Sub-Zero Mortal Kombat figure. It's very small compared to this because this is like a 7-inch line, while this is based on a Marvel Legends body. So I wish it could scale, but different toy lines, so different scale. Anyway, that's about it for Batman. I hope you enjoy this, and if you have questions and suggestions, feel free to comment below, because I love reading comments. And if you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.